Golden Bachelor Theresa Nist reveals her first job was in TV. Golden Bachelor star Theresa Nist was featured on Women and Wealth on CNBC. She revealed her first job was in television years before the reality show. Keep reading for all the details. Golden Bachelor star began her career at 45. Theresa Nist was a guest on CNBC's Women and Wealth series in September 2024. As fans know from her days on The Golden Bachelor, Theresa has a career in finance. She currently holds the position of Senior Compliance and Operations Liaison. Her resistance in giving up her career allegedly was part of the catalyst for her divorce from Jerry Turner. As a retiree, he hoped to travel, but she reportedly wanted to stay in New Jersey and continue working. Fans may understand why after her CNBC appearance, she revealed that her career didn't start until she was 45. Theresa Nist said that she was a stay-at-home mom before that and actually dropped out of college after meeting her husband at 18. He sadly passed away in 2014 at 63 years old. She bonded with Jerry Turner on The Golden Bachelor over the loss of their respective spouses. Jerry Turner's wife died in 2017. Theresa Nist revealed that her first husband was the reason why she got into day trading in the first place. He worked in finance, but they never talked about stocks until a random day when she was in her 40s. The conversation sparked an interest in her that resulted in her becoming a successful day trader herself. Theresa Nist reveals her first job was in TV. The reality star revealed during the interview that The Golden Bachelor wasn't her first TV experience. Theresa Nist revealed that she went back to college once she became interested in the finance industry. Her first job was as an intern at, oddly enough, CNBC. Theresa Nist took to her Instagram to promote the interview and the full circle moment of being back on the network channel. The last time I was at CNBC, I was an intern. What a great experience then, and now returning to be interviewed by Morgan Brennan, sharing my life lessons. She wrote on a post that included a behind-the-scenes look at her interview. The Bachelor Nation star shared some advice for older women looking to enter the workforce later in life. One piece of wisdom she shared was for women to focus on the skills they already possess that can be applied to the career of their choice. Theresa Nist, one of the standout contestants on The Golden Bachelor, has won over hearts with her genuine warmth, sparkling smile, and deeply rooted wisdom. But there's a lesser-known chapter of her life that adds an extra layer of intrigue to her story. Her very first job was in television. It's a surprising twist that gives her connection to the camera a sense of destiny, long before she ever found herself standing under the spotlight in a world where love, glamour, and second chances collide. Theresa's journey into the world of television was not something she planned for. In fact, like many young women of her generation, her dreams and ambitions were shaped by the era's cultural expectations. Growing up, she envisioned a future filled with family, community, and stability, but fate had other plans. It all started when she was in her early 20s, fresh out of school, with dreams still waiting to be defined. Theresa was eager to find her footing in the world, though television wasn't exactly at the forefront of her mind. One summer afternoon, after responding to a job ad in the local newspaper, Theresa found herself stepping into a whole new world. The position? A behind-the-scenes assistant for a popular daytime talk show in the 1960s. It wasn't a glamorous role by any means. There were no red carpets, no high-profile interviews. But for Theresa, it was an opportunity to witness the magic of television from the ground up. The studio where she worked was a bustling hive of creativity, filled with a diverse cast of characters, producers, directors, writers, and the on-air talent. As the assistant, Theresa had her hands full with a variety of tasks. She helped organize scripts, ran errands, and made sure the set was ready for taping each day. In the midst of this whirlwind, Theresa was soaking in the excitement, learning how much work went into producing a show that millions of people would tune into every afternoon. What set Theresa apart from the rest of the young assistants was her natural ability to make everyone around her feel at ease. The talk show's host, a charismatic man with a reputation for being tough, quickly took notice of her. He appreciated her calm demeanor under pressure and the way she could handle the stress of a live set without breaking a sweat. It didn't take long before Theresa's responsibilities grew, and she was trusted with more crucial tasks, like liaising with guests and coordinating segments that would make or break the day's show. Though Theresa worked mostly behind the camera, she occasionally found herself in front of it. She was often asked to stand in during rehearsals, reading lines or filling the space while the crew prepared for taping. At the time, she thought little of it. It was just part of the job after all. But the more she stood under the bright studio lights, the more she grew to appreciate the skill and charisma required to be on screen. Television in the 1960s was still very much a man's world, and while Theresa admired the polished female anchors and actresses who graced the screen, she never thought she could be one of them. Still, something about the experience stayed with her. There was a quiet thrill in seeing how television connected people, how stories could be shared and emotions conveyed across the airwaves, reaching homes far beyond the studio walls. It wasn't long before Theresa began to think more critically about her role in the world. Her time on the show gave her a new perspective. She saw the power of storytelling, the impact of media, and the importance of human connection. It was during this time that she began contemplating her own life, her desires, and her future. Television for her was an opportunity to explore, but it wasn't where she wanted it to stay forever. After a couple of years working behind the scenes, Theresa decided to take a step back from the industry. She got married, had children, and built the family life she had always dreamed of. But the lessons she learned from her early job in TV stayed with her, shaping how she navigated life's ups and downs. The ability to stay calm under pressure, to juggle multiple responsibilities, and to connect with people from all walks of life. All of these skills became essential as she took on the role of wife, mother, and later grandmother. Fast forward to The Golden Bachelor, where Theresa's life once again intersected with television, albeit in a completely different way. Now, she was the one in front of the camera, not as an assistant or stand-in, but as herself, fully embracing the opportunity to find love later in life. Her past experience in the industry helped her remain poised in a highly produced environment, allowing her authentic self to shine through. When Theresa revealed to her fellow contestants that her first job had been in TV, many were surprised. She was so down-to-earth, so refreshingly real, that it was hard to picture her navigating the glitzy world of television production. But those who knew her best weren't shocked at all. After all, Theresa had always had a way of bringing grace and warmth to everything she did, whether it was coordinating a live show or making her way through the emotional journey of reality TV. Looking back, Theresa often marvels at how life comes full circle. That first job, tucked away in her memories, was more than just a paycheck or a stepping stone. It was a formative experience that subtly prepared her for this very moment. Now, with the eyes of the nation watching her on The Golden Bachelor, Theresa has shown that she's not only comfortable in front of the camera, but that she has a unique spark that transcends time. The woman who once stood in the wings, helping to orchestrate the stories of others, has become a captivating story herself, one that audiences are eager to follow until the very last rose. In many ways, Theresa's early foray into television was the prologue to a much grander narrative. The lessons she learned back then about resilience, connection, and the unpredictable beauty of life are what make her such a compelling presence today. As her journey on The Golden Bachelor unfolds, viewers can't help but feel that Theresa is right where she's meant to be, in the spotlight, telling her own story.